Welcome to Fire Team Chat, IGN's Destiny show. Joining me today is Brian Malkowitz.
Hey, guys.
Sean Finnegan, you're back as always.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us, everybody. Today, we're going to be discussing why we like or love the 2.0 update.
Or hate.
The Rift mode in Destiny, now that we've all experienced it. Do we think it's better than Capture the Flag? And Destiny's PlayStation exclusive content. Does it hurt? Exclusive. Sometimes I can't speak. Does it hurt the community as a whole? Thanks for joining me today, guys. I'm really excited.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, a lot of exciting stuff happening in Destiny right now.
Yeah,
Lots.
I mean, we're now days away from the Taken King.
Yeah.
I'm sure the hype is real for most people.
Yeah, about 4 days away. There's a ton of stuff happening in the tower. So let's talk about it. Why we love the 2.0 update. It's really exciting. There's a ton of stuff happening. We have access to Rift right now, which isn't really part of the 2.0 update. But it kind of is. They're doing like a week-long thing where everybody gets to try out all the new multiplayer maps and the new modes. Guys, what do you love about it? We'll start with you, Brian.
Necrochasm.
Yeah, it's
Number
a
one.
feasible
Number
weapon,
one.
right?
Yeah, it's not so great in PvP, although it is satisfying to get that Thrall headshot and kill another player in PvP. But it has like a what I think it's like 30% boost against PvE right now.
Yeah.
So it's a good weapon to use in PvE.
Yeah, it needed
And it's satisfying now that they changed it that way. The Thrall.
Yeah,
explosion
verdict
works every time.
is still out on whether or not auto rifles are usable in PvP.
Yeah.
But that 30% increased damage to AI combatants in PvE certainly makes auto rifles like a viable thing
Yeah.
in PvE, which is great.
Definitely. For me, the damage drop-off in PvP, it just doesn't make them viable. You're still going to lose to a pulse rifle every time.
I
Yeah.
still lose to
Yeah.
Red Death in Hopscotch Pilgrim in every match.
I do find that hard light is pretty viable if you're fighting one-on-one. Once you have to fight more than one at a time,
Yeah.
it becomes difficult.
Right.
But it's kind of nice that we can actually use our auto rifles again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You
have
know?
you jumped into PvP lately? Like, everyone's using all sorts of weapons.
Yeah,
Like, I hear
people
Last
are-
Words, I hear Thorns, I hear Red Deaths, I hear Necrochasms, I hear Hard Lights, I hear Suroses. Like, they're all over the place. It's
People
crazy.
are trying to figure out what works again. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, it's like the beginning. Everybody just wants to know what's the most OP weapon right now.
Yeah.
And that's
everybody's still figuring
really
it out.
fun.
Yeah,
That's
it's
really
actually cool.
fun because we get to pop into our old gear and like be like, I'm going to try this out for a few matches and see if it works or whatever. I really like that about the update. I mean, just bringing all the weapons back into the fold and kind of making you second guess stuff that was useless before. I mean, No Land Beyond still useless, but the Necrochasm.
Yeah, there's still a few weapons that
Shout
are
out to
just not
Zer
good.
for trolling us in the last year
yeah,
selling
yeah.
No Land Beyond.
Yeah, thanks. So what else happens in the 2.0 update? The vendors have changed a little bit, like the gunsmith.
Yeah, that's pretty fun, even though it's kind of useless this week because you kind of just don't get anything.
Not really. You can get all the
Oh,
bounties
so-
done, and you can set yourself up for launch day,
true.
which will be
Yeah.
Wednesday. Actually,
You're
Wednesday
talking
will
about
be
the,
Arms Day.
the,
Yeah.
the weapon bounties for the Arms Day thing?
Yeah, so you go to the
So maybe
gunsmith
that's why I
right
didn't
now.
get anything.
You go to the gunsmith right now, and you can buy all the weapons. Then you can complete the bounties,
Yeah.
and then I believe it'll be next week Wednesday. He'll have packages available, and you get to choose one, I believe. And say,
'cause I've already completed
okay,
them
so
all.
I really, really liked this bounty. I really like this gun. I want the legendary version of it. You know, you can cash it in and get it from the
Right.
gunsmith.
Cool. Yeah, I was wondering how that stuff worked, but it's a nice little preview of like what's to come. What I like about the 2.0 update is like it just feels like there's a lot of new stuff to be doing, right? Like
Right.
before when you hopped into Destiny after the weekly reset, it was like, all right, I got to do the Nightfall, I got to do both raids, I got to do it on all three characters, and then I got to do the PvP bounties, and then for me it was some select PvE bounties, and then the Queen's bounties, and it was just like you went down this checklist, right?
Every
Now
week.
it's like, well, there's all sorts of other stuff you can be doing, and all of it is kind of like equally valuable, so you
Yeah.
have to prioritize differently, and it just feels all very new, which is cool.
Like, right, one of the first things I did is I went through my Sunsinger subclass quest,
Right.
and it's like an 8 or 9 part quest. A lot of people are worried you're not going to get the emblem. Bungie did clarify that you will get it. You actually haven't completed the whole thing. They're going to add another step. That is how you unlock the emblem. So I was really worried because that quest was kind of a pain.
So I didn't do it because I'm worried about not getting the experience, like
Towards
being awarded
40.
the experience and then not already being at the level cap.
I'm
Was that a
wondering-
worry for you? How much experience are you getting per quest step?
I'm not worried about it.
I'm not worried about
Yeah.
the XP because like from seeing other people play from level 30 to 34 and how fast it is to level up,
Right.
I think most people are going to hit 40 the first day.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. I think everyone is. I think you're right there.
James in the office, I mean, he was like, yeah, I was 28, now I'm 30, 32.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that was-
oh, yeah,
that was-
you're
that
using
was
the
less
new
than a span
leveling
of, like,
system.
less than 4 hours of gameplay.
Yeah, and you can redo the story missions. I am not worried about XP, So
Yeah, I mean, my only, I'm not worried about being able to hit it on the first day, but since I'm doing it all on stream,
Right.
I do want it to go as fast as possible. So
yeah, well,
I
you'll be
haven't
going
done
through
those
the
quests
story
yet.
and stuff. One thing, Sean, that you do get for completing your subclass quest is you get. I think I got an exotic for pre-ordering
Right.
the DLC, the new content, and then I also got a purple legendary armband for my warlock. So
Nice.
you get that for completing your subclass, and that will help up your light
You got
level.
you got legendary. I
But
got
you
a
can't
blue.
equip it, right? Isn't it level
It's a
40?
40,
no,
so as
it's
soon as you
40.
hit 40, you're
Yeah,
going to
that's
have
right.
gear to throw on to
Right.
bump your light level way up.
There's also another
You
quest
know.
line. I think it was the Sunsinger class one that gives you a
That's
blue
the
one.
one I did. I got a
There-
purple though.
okay, so there's one. There's a quest line. I forget which one it is, but it
And I
gives you
bought a blue ghost from the speaker.
It's the leveling up to 30, which gives the warlock
Yes.
blue bond, which gives you 180
Yeah.
defense.
Oh, 180. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So-
have a Titan Mark that's max 150 defense from before that I'm using, and it's ugly. So,
Yeah.
what is the? Wait, I had a question. Oh, the exotic you got.
Yeah.
What is that exotic?
It was an armband, so one of the I think that's called a class item.
right class.
You know, so like the warlock bond.
Okay.
It was actually an exotic. But I don't. It didn't have any perks that make me say, okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to use that.
So
I also
I-
got a few new shaders, but that's like not as interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of all about the shaders if they look cool because they're just, they're unique. Like, after I got Blacksmith that one time at, what was it, E3? And I was like,
Yeah.
wow, no one has this. I've been all about shaders. But
Yeah.
I still haven't pre-ordered the game yet because I'm kind of just, like, philosophically against pre-ordering things.
But when you have cool stuff to get for doing
I don't
it,
want to encourage. I don't want to
Yeah.
encourage like pre-order
No,
bonuses.
that's good.
Right.
Like, I don't like it when companies do that, and I don't want them to think that I want that, so I don't pre-order things. Even if I know I'm gonna play it and I want to, like the Taken King. So I just wanted to know if it was like a weapon or something, then I'd be like, oh, then I would feel
No.
forced to. Which
I mean,
is
you
a bad
gotta-
position.
you
You're
weapon-
going to
you get a
get the
weapons pack.
Suros weapons.
but you get
But
that.
we
on
don't know that
launch day.
those aren't exotics though.
I don't
those are
think they're
probably
legendaries.
legendary.
Are they
Yeah.
legendaries? Is that
And they're
correct?
probably
so.
going to be like, I don't know.
I figured they were gonna just be blue weapons.
PvP weapons
Well-
from House of Wolves. They're just not that good.
I don't know.
I'm just assuming.
I don't know
I'm
how the
guessing.
mechanic works, but you can any year 2 weapons you can make better by infusing using the infusion mechanic.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see what you can do there.
I wonder if there's like a cap on that.
Yeah, I don't know. Speaking of shaders and stuff like that, what do you guys think of the collection system? Did you check that out at all? That raid ship.
Yeah, the
That
raid
thing
The red
looks
ship looks
sick.
awesome. Yeah.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like the ship version of Necrochasm. Like
Yeah.
it's really got sharp edges and looks like very.
It's got that
kind of
hive. That,
it looks hivey.
That not
I
broken,
like
but tattered hive look to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Looks pretty cool.
It is cool.
It's like a dried bone with like sinewy insides, and
We
yeah, I like it.
we need cooler ships. Like
Yeah.
we need cool like. In House of Wolves, we got those like the 4 different colored the Varric ships.
They look the same.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
they're
look
all
the
the
same.
same, but the colors.
And getting
are cool.
rep with Barrack sucks.
Yeah,
it takes
was
forever.
really
I played
not
so much
easy.
Prison of Elders. I think I'm still only rank 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I did just enough to get the ships, and then I bought all of them and was like, I'm never going to use these because I have the PoE 35 ship.
Yeah.
But yeah, give me more ships to acquire because that is cool, man. Like
That
I'm
don't
down
look
for
Yeah.
the same.
Sorry,
Yeah.
keeping on track with what we were talking about. How do you feel about the collection system then, Sean?
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean, you
collection
have stuff
system.
to go for.
Yeah, I mean, it was really cool to actually go in and look at all the stuff that I've acquired and see it all on one pane. And
Yeah,
be like,
right.
wow, I actually have most, if not, I'm missing like one. I'm missing No Land Beyond and Necrochasm from year 1.
Well, you can get
Yeah.
No Land Beyond today.
Yeah, so I'm gonna buy that. But
Thanks,
it's
sir.
nice
I'm
to be able to
missing
see
dumb
everything there on
armor.
one.
Yeah.
On one page. I'm missing kind of a lot of the armor too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm missing a lot of armor, but I'm more.
I'm missing Bones of EO, the Ram, and I have bought so many
haven't gotten the
helmet
Ram?
engrams. I bought so many helmet engrams, and it's the only one I can't get.
I
So
finally
that's
got it,
that's
like,
what I'm
a couple weeks
missing.
ago.
I have a ram sitting in my inventory just from like a long time ago.
But-
Do you know how many Celestial Nighthawks I got? Like 7. 7
So when I
Celestial
was trying to
Nighthawks.
get
Zerg
no
was
Celestial-
Ram.
selling that today too as well.
Yeah,
when I was
great.
trying to get Celestial Nighthawk, I bought a lot of engrams, and after like the 5th No, I was trying to get Acleophage Symbiote.
Yeah.
And I got like 7 or 8 Celestial Nighthawks in a row. And I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Wasting shards
Yeah.
and stuff at this point.
Yeah, I had to stop. I'm just like, whatever. I just won't have that helmet now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool because, like, I don't know. It's all
It's the
of that
coolest
stuff.
looking one though. The Ram and Celestial are two of the best looking helmets in the game.
True. I'm still partial to Eternal Warrior. No, I'm just kidding. That's the ugliest.
I
helmet
like
in the
it.
game.
I don't think it's that
it's
bad.
You can change
the
the color
worst.
now.
It's not one of the
it's the
best.
worst.
It's definitely not one of the best.
Oh,
but,
it's definitely
yeah.
not one of the best. I would say
Gonna
it's
put a pink shader on and then it'd
definitively
be
the
good.
worst looking helmet in the game.
Yeah, it is.
That's funny.
No, but collections are really cool. All of that
Yeah.
stuff that you would have had in your inventory and cluttering up your vault before is now just neatly organized by content type.
God,
and
I love
by,
It gives you stuff to strive towards too. Like,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what? I'm kind of bored. I'm just gonna go for that faction shader today.
Yeah,
You know.
it's cool. And
Yeah,
you
I
can
like
just
it a lot.
access them really easily, nicely in like those little kiosks in
Yeah.
the Vanguard
You don't have
area.
to hold on to them. You're just
Yeah.
like, yeah, I can just buy them.
And what's best is like if at any point it actually kind of sets you up for the future because like with Destiny things are kind of always being weapons and gear kind of being tuned right
Yeah.
like all the time. Like if something goes into and out of popularity, you can kind of like dismantle it for the shard and then later on pick it up again if you need to just by using the blueprint. Like you'll have to level
I-
up again,
I
but
like
it's just
that.
like it's always accessible, which is really nice and convenient for people who like customize their gear loadouts a lot.
Right.
Who else dumped all their crap into the vault immediately?
Oh, I did.
I
I
did.
did. I had so
I'm
much
just like,
stuff, like,
get
clean
out of my
inventory.
inventory.
Once
yeah.
Taken King hits, though, I still have a bunch of like House of Wolf legendaries that I'm still going to dismantle.
Yeah.
There's just a bunch.
I'm gonna
weapons
get rid
not
of
gonna
all the
use.
Queen stuff. None of it was really special
Yeah.
to me, so it's just like I don't
What
need
Queen
it.
stuff?
All the Queen legendaries that you could get.
Legendaries?
Like, you know, Her Mercy, Her Benevolence.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean I've dismantled all that stuff
Yeah,
long
I
ago.
was collecting them because they're all like a theme, and I'm just like all these kind
Her
of.
Benevolence seems to be used a lot in PvP. Though,
Yeah,
for
if you got a
sniper?
good roll on
Is
it.
that
yeah,
the
if you get a good
sniper?
roll.
You know.
Huh?
Is that
Yeah.
the sniper?
Her Benevolence?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the sniper. Right
Yeah,
there.
people were saying that Her Benevolence is, if with the right
With the
roll,
good
it's
roll,
like
yeah.
one of the best
Yeah.
PvP snipers out there.
The vault space is great. I have to give a shout out to some people. The Dreadnoughts of Oryx clan from Bungie.net, FCM Racer X and Sean Back, they actually helped me out capturing a bunch of stuff for Vanilla Destiny.
FZM Racer, I know that guy. Shout out to Racer.
Yeah, we play a
Hate
lot
that guy.
on Xbox.
Nah, he's all right.
So I was playing on Xbox, just leveling a second character, a hunter, and he was helping me recapture the campaign, just for work stuff. We did Nolan versus Dinklage, and he
Yeah.
helped, the reason we were able to do that is because he helped me get through the story, quickly. So
Can we talk
thanks,
a little
guys.
bit about that? I know it's not on the list here, but we got to weigh in, right? What do you guys think about Nolan North versus Peter Dinklage?
I
in this?
think they're equal. I don't see like maybe a slight edge to Nolan, but I don't think he added anything dramatic to the storytelling.
So I was gonna say Nolan North. We know that Peter Dinklage is an incredible actor. We know Nolan North to be an incredible voice actor. And also a great actor. But I think this definitively proves that the problem was not in either of their performances. It's in the terrible Bungie script.
Yep. Agreed.
Because Nolan North is not better than Dinklage, I think. In fact,
That is part of the
all I
2.0
hear-
update, actually,
all I
the
hear
voice
is-
acting. So.
all I hear is 343 Guilty Spark.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
Right?
Totally.
That's all I
agree.
hear.
Totally agree. Guys, we're getting a little long on the 2.0 update. So what's your final verdict? Big thumbs up from me.
Yeah.
I'm really liking
liking
it.
it.
A lot to look
And
forward
this
to.
is like just tip of the iceberg. We're gonna get more on Tuesday when
Yeah,
the full Taken King content unlocks.
Shout out to Tuesday, which is when I'll be streaming all day.
Yeah.
We'll talk about
What
that
time?
at the end of the show. 11 a.m. on Tuesday, and we'll
Yeah.
be live Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So if you want to, it's going to be the best way to check out Destiny content, short of playing it yourself. So check back on IGN for
Sadness because
that.
I'll be in Japan.
With your Xbox.
I'm
Brian
gonna
is
try.
bringing his Xbox to Japan during TGS so
Japan.
that he can play Destiny.
He's gonna have so much time to do that when he's covering TGS.
There will be plenty of times
Yeah.
before the show when there's
Destin,
no show going
you
on.
underestimate how many hours there are in a day.
Yeah, that's. I guess you're right. Guys, we have to move on. So next up, we're going to talk about Destiny's Rift mode, and the question I propose to both of you, being Halo fans, we're all Halo fans, is Rift better than Capture the Flag? Sean, you're like almost pro level Halo guy, so
I used to be.
used to be.
Yeah.
So
Not with these new kids.
What are your
Yeah, these
thoughts?
new kids are just too good. I don't think it's better than Capture the Flag. I think Capture the Flag is in a league of its own when it comes to, especially in the Halo, like the way it's played in Halo. Someone pointed out to me on Twitter, Rift is a lot closer in terms of like an analog to Assault, which is like the one bomb system in Halo, where both teams vie after the same bomb and have to go deliver it to a point.
That was Halo 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, one
I
bomb
think.
is a Halo 3 mode,
Uh-huh.
but Assault is like the one
they have
bomb
modes
sort
like
of
that
mode.
in like Call of Duty and such too, where everybody's
Yeah.
going for one thing.
Yeah, it's way more like that than it is capture the flag, where each team has a flag, right? Because there's only one spark and you're both vying for it, and once one team captures it, the other team can't capture it until they kill the runner.
Yeah.
And then even then, it doesn't just drop there and you can't pick it up immediately and go running. It respawns back at its spawn point after like 15 seconds. I like Rift. It's a new dynamic that requires people who play PvP a lot to kind of be really in communication with their team and defending their runners and like working out strategies and stuff. So it's fun. It's not capture the flag though.
Yeah. I think the big thing is, and I almost wonder if this is a software limitation that just when they built their world is, you can't pass it. You can't pass the flag around.
Yeah.
You know, and
That's actually very interesting. You're right.
I just wonder why they would take that mechanic out, because that adds a whole new dynamic to teamwork. You know, you could pass it to like, okay, I'm gonna go down, grab it, and like when you play capture the flag in Halo, you would communicate like that often.
Well, one of
You
the
know?
other big problems that I see in Rift is that, I mean, sure, it's a new mode and people are still kind of just getting used to it and stuff, and people are pubbing, so they don't necessarily have like a squad that they're running with. But people will pick up the spark and their team won't defend them. And I think part of that is that when you're defending someone, you can't. If your runner
You have to
gets
come
killed,
out of your comfort zone.
well, that. But
Yeah.
if you're defending your runner and he gets taken out anyway, you can't pick it up.
Yeah.
So there's no real incentive to be near him, like because you can't. In capture the flag, if your flag carrier gets picked off, you can really quickly sprint in there and pick it up and keep it alive,
And you
right?
feel like a hero.
Yeah, and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm keeping it going, like,
Yeah.
team, help me out. And then your team wants to come help you out. And then it actually, when you're getting really close to scoring the flag, it can be really intense, right? Like if someone gets picked off right before they get there, and then you're like, all I got to do is get, if you're on the 1 yard line, the flag is right there, and you're
Yeah.
sprinting in there, and people are hucking grenades
Yeah.
at it and stuff.
And you're
That's
like, kill
really
that
fun
guy
in
before
Halo.
he returns
Yeah,
it.
like it's so close,
No.
like you have to stop
Yeah.
him, but it's not like that in Rift, because as soon as it dies, it's just like the the spark is gone.
Yeah.
And then like everything's back to normal for a few seconds before it respawns back in the middle. It's just not quite the intensity that I had wished it would be. But that said, it's a really nice change of pace, and it's better than just playing Clash and Control all day, which is what I did.
Definitely. What about you, Brian? You've been pretty quiet.
I'm a little reserved on the 2.0. It's just a lot of, I see it from my experience. I just see a lot of people just sitting in the back by their thing, just camping it.
Sniping.
Yeah, just sitting back there. Just we'll just wait here.
Until the
That's
other
the
guys
other
try
thing.
and get it.
Yeah.
Rift is, I mean, it's hard to pick
Also
up
the
a
spawn
spark.
points. The spawn
Yeah, it
points.
takes a few
right now.
seconds.
Well, not even does it take a few seconds, but like Brian said, people just sit back and wait
Yeah.
for other people to pick it up and then snipe you or
Because
throw
they're there for
grenades
the
on
kills,
it.
they're not there for the game.
Yeah.
Is what the sad part is. And also the spawn points are kind of messed up at the moment too.
It
as
needs
well.
to be an instant pickup. It
Yeah.
can't be like a whatever it
The
is,
wait.
1.5 seconds to pick it up.
Yeah.
You die. I die instantly when I'm sitting there trying to pick it up.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely requires teamwork. Otherwise, you are going to die. You need to clear that space before you can even go for it.
Yeah.
I like it. I have to agree with you guys, though. I don't think it's as good as Capture the Flag, but I don't want to sound like I'm being negative about the mode. I actually think it's very, very fun.
No, I'm
It-
not saying that. It's just
yeah.
there's a few flaws in it, but it's still
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I think it's great for Destiny, and I can't wait to see the other modes. In my notes here, Mayhem Clash is going to be opening this weekend.
Oh my gosh.
it.
So,
So,
that's going to be crazy.
You want to talk about fun? Like,
Uh-huh.
just again, like this is my actual first experience playing Rift because I didn't have a chance to get my hands on it at Gamescom or E3.
Yeah.
And like I'm on the same page as you guys. I think there's some flaws with it. It's not quite as fun as Capture the Flag, but it is a lot of fun. So I love that. But Mayhem, man, that's
Yeah.
gonna be. I'm very excited for people to get in there and just be like, I have supers all the time.
Yeah. It's going to be Golden Gun, Blade Dancer. I don't think anyone's going to do like Titan Bubbles.
No
You
one's
know?
gonna run Titan Bubble.
No one's
know,
going to
man.
run Titan
It's gonna get
Bubbles.
destroyed
Not
immediately.
when
So-
your Golden Gun
That's
pops
true.
the bubbles.
Does
That's
Golden
true.
Gun do pop it?
2 shots from a golden gun.
Yeah,
pops
they
the bubble.
changed
Okay.
it a little, yeah.
Yeah, they've changed a couple of things. Like
Yeah.
a Titan Smash inside the bubble will destroy the bubble, but
Yeah,
not
but
the
they're-
shockwave.
The Shockwave
Yeah.
won't do it, and the Arc Blades, the
their
blast of
shockwave,
their
thing
Shockwave
too, yeah.
won't
Go
destroy
through.
the bubble. Yeah, it won't go.
Yeah.
Sorry, it won't penetrate it.
Yeah.
and kill everybody inside it.
That's good.
I don't know though. I've lost to bubble squads before.
Mm-hmm.
Like
But in Mayhem, though, would that really work?
Nah,
if,
dude.
if you're
No,
playing
yeah,
pure
it won't
defense, you're
work.
not going to win in Mayhem.
You're going to see a ton of Warlocks, not Sunsingers. You're going to see Void Warlocks. You're going to see Blade Dancers and Golden Guns, like I said, and you're going to see Titan Smashing. It's going to be
pretty
crazy.
much everything except
That's
Defender
just right
and,
now
and
too. But
Sunsinger. I don't
that's
think
just right
Sunsinger's
now
gonna
too,
run.
because we don't have the new classes unlocked.
Well, you may
Yeah.
see some Sunsinger, right? Don't you get like? I mean, all I know is I see Sunsingers pop their ultimate and they just hurl like 15 grenades.
Yeah, that's
at
it. That's
people, and
if
it's
you're
like
using
you
Heart of
can't
Not
Classic
for
Fire,
Clash.
too.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to see it for a game type like Clash. I think Sunsinger is going to be more like a team-based objective thing.
even- Yeah.
Yeah.
Clash is just. Is Clash the free-for-all mode, or is that 3v?
No, that's 6v6.
Yeah,
Team
Rumble's
Slayer.
the free for all.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
Yeah.
Rumble's free for all.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
I
So
hardly
Clash
play
is
Rumble.
6v6 then.
Yeah. Oh, I hate Rumble.
Yeah, I'm not a big
Yeah.
fan of the
I
free
mean,
for all
like-
modes.
I like
I
it the thing
don't
in
mind it.
Halo. In Rumble, it's just like I feel like 80% of my kills get stolen.
Yeah,
That's
because
how
you
you
put a
have to-
little DPS on somebody, and then somebody else is like, "Yeah, I'll take that, thanks."
Yeah, or like, and that's part of my strategy now is like I'll see two people fighting and I'm like, I'll let them fight for a little bit and then I'll
And
throw a
boop,
grenade
boop.
over there.
Yeah.
Or like, I'll just take one shot on each of them and then get both of them. It's just, yeah.
Going back to the topic at hand before we move on, Rift better than Capture the Flag, Brian? Yes or no?
No.
Sean?
No.
Yeah, I gotta go no also, but it's still pretty
Still
great.
good.
But still
Yeah.
good and fun,
Don't
but not better than
perceive that
Capture the
as a
Flag.
slight or as
Yeah.
it being negative because it's still a lot of fun.
Yeah,
But I'm just Capture the Flag and
Capture
Halo
the Flag
is
is
like
really good.
yeah.
It's some of
hard
the
to
best
beat.
multiplayer experiences of my life.
Except you
Yeah,
do get to
definitely.
use your full arsenal, except your super.
That is nice.
While
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
have-
that's
while
true.
you
That's
have-
a big change.
Because you
is
can't use your super, right? I've
No,
never
you
tried.
can't. Your super's gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can use your gun. You
can
don't
use everything.
Yeah, you don't have like reduced speed or anything. Are you a little bit more durable when you have the
I
spark?
don't think so. You're just
It
you're a
feels
big
like
target.
it.
You're just
I
a
don't
big
know.
target.
Yeah, but no, it feels like when I've shot people, I'm like, this guy should have been dead by now, and he hasn't been. But I'm not. That's not. That's just speculation. I'm not actually sure if you're more durable.
I haven't really
with
think
the
I've
spark.
noticed that.
Yeah,
But
it
Well, anyway.
feels like it maybe, but I'm not sure.
That's our thoughts on Rift mode. Now the big question: Destiny. Let me rephrase that. Is PlayStation exclusive content in Destiny hurting the community? Does it hurt? You guys are both Xbox players. I play on PlayStation. How do we feel about this? I'll let you guys start from the Xbox perspective. Brian, I know Sean has a lot to say, so let's hear your thoughts.
I don't feel like I've missed out.
Okay.
I mean, I'll start with the strike missions because I've played a couple of them since they've been available on Xbox.
You're not even getting the OG versions. You're getting the remixed versions too.
Are they remixed?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not sure what the OG. Because
Yeah, what's the difference?
I've never seen them. 'Cause I didn't look at them at all before.
Yeah.
It came to Xbox One.
Well,
I'm not sure
I mean,
what
there's going to
difference
be Taken in there versus.
Oh no,
the
no,
other-
we don't.
Yeah.
They're not there yet. Like I've played it, without taking.
Oh, you can play it now.
You can play them now, but only in
Okay.
the Vanguard Legacy. You can't go to the map directory. I haven't seen.
Got it. So they are still accessible in their.
Yeah, they're
original
accessible
form.
through the Vanguard Legacy playlist.
Okay.
I haven't been able to see them on the actual map directory
Okay.
and choose it by itself. You have to like play the playlist and hopefully
Yeah.
get it. And I played Dust Palace, which is pretty. It's unique. I mean, I haven't seen those types of enemies, before. But nothing.
So
that I
you
missed
like
out
them,
on.
but you don't feel like you missed out.
I don't
on
feel like I missed
anything.
out on them, and I haven't tried the weapons. I mean, I know what Hawkmoon is like. I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't played it, but
Well,
I've
now
seen
it's-
it, and I'm just like, I don't know if I would have actually ever mained that.
Yeah.
In, PvP.
Especially now, like all those weapons were just kind of made okay. Like,
Yeah, especially now.
Fourth Horseman's a little bit better, but like. Yeah, I don't know. You guys weren't really missing out on much. Sean, though, what are your thoughts?
I do think it hurts the community to have exclusive content for one platform. Like, I think that's a major bummer, and I feel it like all the time. Is like, as someone who plays Destiny a lot, it sucks to hear, especially from I have friends who play on both platforms. Like
Me.
one of the guys, yeah, you,
Yeah.
this other guy Stan HCA that we always play with. He plays on both platforms, and
That's
to hear,
dedication.
yeah, to hear people who talk. Or Jose actually has a character on both platforms as well. To hear people talk about things that only happen on the PlayStation platform, like to know that there's stuff out there that I'm not experiencing in a game that I play all the time and that I like and that I support and that I paid the exact same price for, that is a major bummer. Like, even like ignore the fact that it's not actually that much that you're missing out on, like one or two strikes here and there,
Yeah.
one or two weapons here and there. Although I will make the argument that those like guns, that affects the gameplay directly, so that's another major bummer. I paid $60. A PlayStation player paid $60, but he gets more content just for having chosen PlayStation. That sucks. That's anti-consumer right there. I think that's a major bummer. And it doesn't matter that it's just 1 or 2 weapons or 1 or 2 strikes. Like, it's the principle of the thing, right? Like, if
It's for a year or two.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
sure, it's also timed. It's not exclusive until
And
forever.
after the weapons get nerfed.
Yeah, but like that's the other thing is like now people have spent a whole year playing with Hawkmoon, this awesome gun that can one-shot Guardians. Then now I finally get it, and it won't do that anymore, and it's been changed. Like that sucks. Like I will no longer be able to share that experience with people who had that experience prior to that, and that goes for strikes. It goes for missions. It goes for the weapons like that. I just think that really sucks, and I'm one of the few people in the by virtue of working in the industry that I probably have more access to play the PlayStation version if I wanted to than most people. Like Joe Schmo from Midwest Kansas probably doesn't want or have the means to buy an Xbox One and a PlayStation 4 so that he can get all of the content.
You saying
Like,
Kansas people are for? Just kidding.
I'm
I
just
hope there's a
saying-
Joe Schmo
I know.
from
Yeah.
Kansas
Yeah.
watching this.
Joe
He's like-
Schmo is pissed right now.
He's like, hey, I got a shout out.
Yeah. yeah.
I didn't even know he knew me.
No, yeah, like I just think that there's a lot of people out there who it's unfair to withhold content from them, especially since they paid the same price. Like I think that really, really sucks, and I think it does hurt the community. And I'm putting Activision or Bungie or whoever is responsible for it. I don't think it's Bungie.
It's probably Activision.
I'm putting them on blast.
What about
and
Sony?
Sony's the one who's like,
Sony
Yeah.
probably paid money to have exclusive content.
Oh, I'm sure it was. Actually, now that you bring it up, I'm sure it wasn't Activision or Bungie. I'm sure it's a Sony thing. Like Sony was
well,
like,
Sony agreement with Activision.
yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, we were allowed to release our footage of the Echo Chamber Strike, which I was able to play at Bungie, and it is really good. It's
See,
really
like,
fun, and that's a
Just
PlayStation
hearing that
exclusive.
sucks. Like,
That does
Yeah.
kind of suck. I mean,
it's really
I
good.
haven't
Cool.
watched
I'm
it.
glad
I'm
you
not
get
going
to
to.
experience it, and I
Yeah.
don't.
I had a ton of fun playing it.
Oh,
and
how
it-
much did you pay for it?
Well, I was at Bungie.
I paid the
$0.
same amount.
Yeah, yeah.
Is the
Yeah.
point.
Um,
And I don't get it.
I really enjoy it, and it did kind of bum me out. I'm like, man, Xbox players aren't going to get to try this for the first year. I can't talk with Sean and Brian about, this strike and like, what do you guys think? Do you want to run it together? And that's kind of a bummer for me as
Yeah.
a player that plays on both platforms. Knowing that we won't get to play that for a year does kind of suck.
Yeah, and to be fair, I don't think platform exclusive content in and of itself is a terrible thing. I think it's only a terrible thing when
If
it
it was, like-
affects the gameplay directly. Like,
Yeah.
look at Dota 2 or League of Legends. There's all sorts of paid content that you can buy that affects the game only cosmetically, right? Like if you want an extra hat for your character because you think it looks cool,
Yeah.
by all means, buy
That's
it.
fine.
But that doesn't make your character better. And not that this, like having exclusive strikes, although I would say guns do affect your character,
Yeah.
but like it affects the overall experience for sure. Like you guys have more to do. If the strike is really cool, that's game mechanics and experiences I'm not allowed to have.
For a year.
Yeah. For a
Yeah.
year, but still, like that's
That's a long time.
That's
It
a long
is.
time.
A
Yeah.
year
like-
is a long time.
Like if it was 3 to 6 months, I think that's a little more reasonable. But a year, it's like by the time you get access to it, they're probably going to have Destiny 2 out. Why would you go back and play
Exactly.
this strike?
And I mean,
and it also limits their audience of content that they've created as artists, Bungie.
yeah, and I think it particularly hurts. And I actually saw a comment that I actually want to address that is similar to this. But like, someone got on my case in the comment section about criticizing Bungie or Activision or Sony for doing something like this, and then in the same word, not criticizing Microsoft for Rise of the Tomb Raider, which I think is a different case because that's a whole game, right? Like. One, we don't know how long that timed exclusive is going to be. I doubt it'll be a year, right?
I think it'll be a year.
You think it'll be a year
Yeah.
before PS people
You think
get
that
it?
long?
They
Rise
paid,
of the Tomb
they
Raider?
paid a ton of money. I bet it's a year. For a full game, yeah, 1 year.
So yeah, but I mean, the point is here, like, the whole game is being withheld and it's being exclusive to a platform, and Microsoft paid a whole, like you said, like some X amount of money for that timed exclusivity, and PlayStation people will get it, but the game won't have changed and the experience won't have changed, whether or not you play it now versus a year from now, right? That's not the same case when it comes to Destiny. Is like, I'm playing Bungie, I'm playing Destiny right now, you're playing Destiny right now, but the experiences
yeah.
are different, yet we paid the same amount. Like, that is not fair. Like,
weird.
when Rise of the Tomb Raider comes out for Xbox, if you don't have an Xbox, you're not going to pay for it because you don't have access to it,
Yeah.
right?
You're going to pay for the definitive edition that'll come out a year later.
Right.
on
And when you do
PlayStation
that,
Now.
it'll probably be the same, right? And that's fine because that's how that works. When it comes to multi-platform exclusive, that fragments the community. It diminishes the experience for about half of the audience. I
Yeah.
don't know how many people play on Xbox versus on PS4. It's probably not half. But a huge chunk of your player base knows and feels like they're getting a significantly less experience even though they paid the same amount, and that is a bummer.
Definitely. Brian, I like how you're just like, yeah, it kind of sucks a little bit, but whatever. And Sean's like,
I have strong feelings
Yeah,
about
I
this.
know.
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he's looking at the whole grand scheme of the thing. I'm just looking
Definitely.
within Destiny.
Yeah.
But I agree.
Having
I mean, it does suck.
Yeah. Playing on both platforms for me, I mean, it's a little bit of a bummer, but I mean, like in the grand scheme of everything that you're going to get to experience, it really doesn't matter. It's one more thing that, yeah, you don't have access to. It's kind of a bummer, but
Yeah.
it's not going to like impact your overall experience of the Taken King and everything. You know, at least I don't think so.
I just hope it doesn't
That's
become
my-
the
Yeah,
case.
that's
you
my
say that
thought.
as a PlayStation
As a
guy who has
PlayStation guy.
access to all the content.
But I play on both platforms, and like just having played through on Xbox, like the story and everything with my Titan, I'm just like, I don't have access to that content, but I don't really care. You know, like it doesn't bother me at all. So
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's some stuff in there that is pretty insignificant. There's some stuff in there that I think is pretty significant, right? Like the strikes, I can deal without one or two strikes, right? Like that's fine.
the weapons are
The
your
weapons,
big
though, yeah,
point
like
of
that.
contention.
The weapons directly change PvP. Like when it came, when people asked me like, what are the top weapons? I said, oh, this was vanilla Destiny maybe a month ago. When people,
the not Hawkmoon.
yeah, I said. It's Thorn and Last Word 100%, and maybe like the Messenger if you're a Pulse Rifle guy, if you have the Adept version. And people were like, what about Hawkmoon? I was like, what's Hawkmoon? Like, I didn't even
Yeah.
register. And they're like, oh, it's that hand cannon on PS4 that can one-shot people. And I was like, didn't even know that it was a thing. Like,
Yeah.
it changes the gameplay 100%. And as someone who favors gameplay, like, I hold gameplay in the highest
High regard,
regard.
yeah.
You know, like, game doesn't... I played Counter-Strike for 15 years. That
Yeah.
game looks terrible, but it plays really, really well.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing to me. And so things that affect that, I am very focused on them.
Yeah. Guys, let us know what you think about that particular topic in the comments below. You know, you can leave it below all the people still play this game comments and, you know, Destiny haters.
People
Yeah.
still play
Just
this?
kidding. But yeah, I really want to know what you guys think
We
about
still
the
play this
PlayStation
game?
exclusive content.
I don't.
We've reached the end of our show, so we got to do a few plugs. We're Fireteam Chat. Leave a review on iTunes or whatever platform that you listen to this on. I think mostly iTunes people is where they get it. That helps us out a lot, so let us know what you think. You can buy a shirt to support the show. Go.ign.com/store. Anything else you guys want to plug before we go?
Yeah, if you're watching the video version on IGN.com or on YouTube or our Xbox One app or PS4 app, which you can download,
Roku.
yeah, give us a like, leave a comment, let us know you're watching. That also really helps. Follow me on Twitter. I'm Finnegan, and talk to me about this PlayStation exclusive content because I want to change your mind if you disagree with me.
Brian?
Yeah, so I put out this new album. If you guys want to,
What?
I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, nothing to plug.
What's your Twitter? Brian X Bang?
Brian X Bang is my Twitter handle. You can follow me there.
Just follow him there and leave him negative comments.
Yeah, you can hate on me.
Yeah.
Let him know
I'll favorite
that-
them all.
Let
Just
him know
retweet
that
them.
Yeah.
he's a nerd for bringing his PlayStation to
PlayStation,
Yeah.
Tokyo.
Xbox.
Maybe
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah,
should
yeah.
go somewhere and enjoy your
I
time
will
in
be. I
Japan.
just don't want to miss out on the first day of the Taken King. All right.
Fair
Come on.
enough. Fair
Or
enough.
the raid.
Or the raid. I mean,
I don't
that's
blame you,
that's
actually.
that's a couple days after. But
Yeah. So I have a big Destiny preview that I'm somehow going to finish before Tuesday. Destiny in 5 minutes, where I actually recap the whole story, and it's going to be so nice on Tuesday to finally be able to talk about my thoughts on the campaign. And we'll be back next week Friday at 5 p.m. But until then, how do should we single it
No,
like
hold
this?
on. One
Yeah.
more thing. We
need to establish like a way to.
That was a quick transition
Yeah.
that we weren't ready for, but one other thing real quick. Like I mentioned earlier before, next week, Tuesday, September 15th, launch of The Taken King, IGN Live will be streaming Destiny
Yeah.
like all day long, and then all day on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. There's a promo article going up live right now, so you can check that out to figure out when the exact schedule is, but check it out, right? Like
Yeah,
we're going to be
definitely.
live.
It's gonna
We're
be a
have
fun time.
guests. It's going to be cool. Also,
and if you're at
today's-
work and you can't check it out right away, I mean,
Or in
and see what
Japan.
Sean's up to.
Yeah, exactly. Also, today's my birthday. Boom. 29
Happy
years
birthday.
old.
So I didn't know if it was today or we were just going out today.
No. Well, we're going out
Happy
today
birthday,
because it's my
Sean.
birthday. Yeah.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
September
birthday.
11th. Never forget.
All right. On that note, until next time,
Guardians
Guardians out.
See, I did it this time.
You did
Yeah.
it. Yeah.